Ooh, yes, indeed. Good morning, Barcelona fans around the world. It is time for everybody's favorite morning show, Wake Up in Barca. We've got some things to talk about. Ansu Fati is back in training. Coutinho continues to work his way back in the squad. Couple of injury scares going on at Barcelona. We'll talk about those. We'll talk about the fact that Barcelona can't unload Pjanic, Umtiti, or Mariba. And it might be because this is the summer of every mega superstar being available. Ronaldo, Mbappe, Pogba, Haaland. All these guys are either in a year where their contract is ending or they've got 1 year left on their contract. But there's moves being made. All of these big name players are available, and Barcelona are just sitting there with no money to play. No money to play with all these nice, shiny toys available. We'll talk about all this and more. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John. All right. Good morning to you all. Cules, good morning from Stash Mountain. How we doing? Coffee at dawn. What's up, friend? So yeah, like I said, reports coming out of Barcelona. I'm gonna go ahead and put my hair up now because it's already bothering me. So go ahead and just get the hair up now. What's the very bad news, Vipula? Are you talking about Mbappe going to Real Madrid inevitably after the, what was it, 130 million euro bid that was just placed by Real Madrid? Is that the bad news that you discuss? Oh, you're talking about Umtiti staying. Umtiti staying is not the worst news in the world, to be honest. I think Pjanic staying is way worser news. I know worser is not a word, but it is for today. Biggity boom, biggity bow. Ponytail. I need to get the undercut trimmed down too. Anyway, yeah, it's wild. We are completely broke. We can't even get rid of the players that we need to make sure that we're within our salary cap. And all of these amazing players are available this year or next. It's just depressing. I don't think we sell Langley because he actually potentially has a future at Barcelona still. Yeah. Vipula's caught up on the news. So let's go in order here. We'll since we already started talking about it, we'll go ahead and we don't need to register Mingueza. What are you talking about? He's not a new signing. Why would we have to register Mingueza? Also, good morning. My goodness, where are we? So Pjanic is desperately trying to get a move to Serie A. Juventus signed Locatelli, and they're trying to get rid of either Ramsey or McKennie. So he's not going to Juventus. He was looking at Fiorentina, but now Fiorentina just bought what's his name, Torreira from Arsenal. So now he's looking at maybe Napoli. Maybe Napoli will be the team to bail us out, but we're going to have to pay. I think it was Napoli was saying they'll pay half of his wages. We're saying you got to pay at least 2/3, and we'll pay the other third. Whatever it is, we're going to end up paying somebody to have Pjanic on their team for a little bit. Why does this not want to stay up? Do I need to tighten this screw? Is that what's happening? Probably what needs to happen. Because look, I put it here, and it goes. So whatever. We'll fix that. We'll fix it for the weekend. Not worry about it. So Pjanic, maybe Napoli. That's like his final opportunity. Some reports are looking at who was it? Going to Tottenham. It wasn't Pjanic. Was it Braithwaite maybe going to Tottenham? I forget. Because Ndombele is another player. Ndombele, Wijnaldum, Renato Sanchez. Granted, he got injured, so that's probably why we didn't go for him. But all of these players, dude, midfielders and forwards, all these players have become available, and we just don't have any money to sign people. Ayush, good morning, sir. PSG want at least 200 for Mbappe. Let's dive into that a little bit, shall we? Screen share. Let's go. Let's go. Mbappe to Madrid. 160 million euros rejected by PSG. So if they're rejecting 160, I'm sure they do want closer to 200. Meanwhile, other sources in France suggest to ESPN that Madrid still need to raise the offer to about 200 million euros. Apparently, Mbappe has said that it would be a dream come true to play for Madrid. We saw that one coming. He's been saying that for quite some time. Oh, look at this. US forward Josh Sargent nets twice in Norwich Carabao Cup. All right, who did they play? Second tier Bournemouth. Well, still, though, Bournemouth was just in the EPL a year or two ago. Nice. Good for Josh Sargent. A little unexpected news there. So, folks, just get prepared. It's going to happen. Mbappe is going to Madrid. In the same year that we lose Lionel Messi, Madrid gets their next golden star of Mbappe. It is what it is. We're looking at Ansu Fati. We're looking at De Jong. We're looking at Dest. We're looking at Memphis right now for the current team. But we are not going to have our Mbappe anytime soon. Mbappe to Real, and yes, and Ronaldo to City. That is one that, guys, I know that it's been a long time, but you have to remember that Ronaldo is a Manchester United player. Not just that, but Manchester United thought about bringing him back several times over the last couple of years. Let's go Ronaldo to Man City. So if he goes to Man City, it is not going to be without some drama. Sonic Boom, good morning, sir. Mr. Hustle, I don't think I said good morning. Good morning. Connor, hello. Grim, where you been, brother? Well, right now at PSG, they've got Neymar, Messi, and Di Maria. I don't know if Ronaldo fits into that. I know they still have Mbappe technically, but everybody knows what Mbappe wants to do right now. So let's go Ronaldo to Man City. Lewandowski to PSG. That could be wild. I actually thought Lewandowski was going to go to City. That's another one. That's another striker. Seriously, this is like FIFA players' wet dream right now. The top cards are all available on the transfer market either this summer or next. It's absolutely insane. Ay. Ayush says City not interested unless the Kane move doesn't happen. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because Man City should definitely be going for Kane over Ronaldo at this point in his career. Says 6-year-old is keen to seal a deal over the line this summer, but maybe the blue half of Manchester. Yada, yada, yada. Pep Guardiola might have to make a decision to make over whether to proceed with a move for Harry Kane or to go for the former Man United talisman. That's all it's got. So I think just rumors at this point, but we don't have a lot of time left in the transfer window, folks. We've got a week left until September 1st, and that's when deals are supposed to be done. Yes, indeed. Fabrizio Romano, excellent source. Excellent source. Well, this video right here said Pavel Nedved, involved with Juventus' back office, says, I can absolutely confirm Ronaldo will remain at Juventus this season. Interesting. So we'll see there. Okay, so Mbappe, Ronaldo, big names moving. Haaland is also going to go somewhere next year. He's not going to stay at Dortmund. Which team has the best front three out of France? Well, probably Chelsea. They've got Lukaku, they've got Pulisic, and they have any number of combinations outside of that. They can use Ziyech, they can use Werner, they can use Mount, they can use Havertz. Yeah, Chelsea might have the best attack right now. There's Chelsea, there's PSG, Man City come to mind, but they need a number 9. So yeah, you might go Chelsea. Thushar, good morning, sir. All right, what else? So we talked Ronaldo, we talked Pjanic, Mariba. Guys, still nothing on Mariba. Moriba news, please. News. Thank you. News. 11 hours ago, sends message to Ansu Fati. Let's see what the message is. Probably, oh, welcome back. Blah, 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 blah. Ilaish Moriba should have been part of Barcelona's squad who welcomed Ansu Fati back. The two youngsters are close friends. The midfielder is currently training with Barca B, but was happy to see Ansu Fati back. Moriba wrote on Instagram, very happy to see you already in the field, brother. That's dumb. Can't believe I clicked on that headline. 1 day ago, Barcelona and Red Bull Leipzig far apart for Ilaish Moriba. That sucks. It would have been nice to swap him for Sabitzer, who is now going to Bayern Munich. Another one who's not really a huge name, but is up and coming and could have been available for a swap. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Ay, 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 ay. McKennie is on the transfer list. Is that official? I did see... Listen, I know I've been saying this for what feels like months now. Oh, that's who is linked with Tottenham. McKennie, not a Barcelona player. Okay, let's check this out. The hard tackle. Tottenham keen on signing Weston McKennie on loan. Tell you what, now that Juventus have, what's his name? The name just escaped me. Locatelli. Now that they have Locatelli, they have a wealth of players in the midfield. And it's gonna be hard for him to get in the starting lineup, I'll say. He regularly was finding time on the pitch, but not in the starting 11. And now with Locatelli arriving, that's gonna be even harder for him. So yeah, I think maybe he finds a new home for temporarily. He was fully sold to Juventus, so Juventus have full ownership of him right now. I would absolutely love it. I say this every wake up in Barca, but eventually someone's gonna hear me. Eventually, me putting it out into the ether like this is gonna come into fruition. Weston McKennie, player swap for Moriba. Please, just do it. Just do it. Take him. Take Moriba. Give us Pjanic. Or Tottenham, take Moriba. Give us Ndombele. Those are like the two last tiny little shred of hope that I have for bolstering our midfield is McKennie or Ndombele. Neither one's going to happen. Let's be very clear about that. Neither one is going to happen. But I really, really want it to happen. So come on. Make it happen. I've given up on Van de Beek. I don't understand that one either. That it doesn't make any sense to me. And that's probably, I would put Van de Beek ahead of Ndombele. I would say get me Weston McKennie, get me Van de Beek, get me Ndombele. Those are the three that I think could be worked out to have a deal made, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because we can't get rid of Pjanic. It's not going to happen because we can't get rid of Umtiti. It's frustrating times, guys. It's like we're in a candy store with no money. That's what it's like. It's like we walk into a candy store with all of our friends being PSG and Real Madrid and Man City and any other club, basically, and they're all buying candy. They're buying lollipops and Tootsie Rolls and milkshakes and this and that, and we're just going, ooh, gee, I remember when I could buy candy. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So I don't know. Are we missing any other options besides the three that we said? McKennie, Van de Beek, and Ndombele. I don't think there's anybody else even remotely available that we could do a player swap for because we can't buy anybody because we're broke. So that's pretty frustrating. Umtiti is willing to reduce salary. Let's see here. Umtiti news. We'll go into that here. Umtiti could be fired. Umtiti refuses to leave Barcelona. Samuel Umtiti to stay at Barcelona after all. I wonder what the locker room is like with players like Jordi Alba, Busquets, Piqué, and Roberto all taking salary cuts. And then you have someone like Umtiti and someone potentially like Moriba floating around the locker room. I wonder what the relationships are like with these guys. It's very interesting. I am not seeing anything from a salary cut perspective. I'm just seeing that he's refusing to leave. Barcelona provided several teams. Umtiti believes that he can still be useful, and that's all. He might end up being useful. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. When is the Champions League draw? That's not today, is it? It would be Friday, if anything, I would assume, right? When is the Champions League draw? Let's see. The draw is going to be... Oh, Thursday, August 26th. That's tomorrow. Excuse me. So 18, it's 6 o'clock Central European time. So let's figure out what time that is for me. What time is it in CET? 1:18. So 7. Oh, I don't want to do math this early in the morning. 5. So there's 6 hours ahead of me. So it's going to be at noon on Thursday. Ugh, guys, it won't be live. I'll pop in and do a breaking news, but I am going to be at jiu-jitsu class by the time that starts. I'm going to be at jiu-jitsu from 11:30 to 1, and this starts at noon. So unless they do some ceremonies and whatnot around that, it ain't going to happen. I Google everything because that will also give me tweets and whatnot if it's important. I understand that different media outlets will use social media, but Google catches it. Google still catches it. Currently a blue belt, Grim. Appreciate you asking. What else? Ovi, good morning. Good morning. Says, if Pjanic and Umtiti agree for lower wages, do you think it can help Barca because really no one is interested in them? It will help Barcelona if they agree to lower wages. Absolutely, just because we won't be paying them as much. But is it going to actually help with the impact on the field? No. That's a no, because we need to have some we need to have some players actually come in to have an impact on the field. Now listen, we're going to get Coutinho back, we're going to get Ansu Fati back, we're going to get Dembele back. Potentially Aguero is going to play for us this year. He may end up jumping ship to MLS before any of that happens. But as of right now, one of the headlines I saw, I'll steal their line, is that Barcelona's new signings are coming from the bench. That's what's happening. Excuse me. Should have blown my nose. Allergies. It is what it is. Should I sign McKennie in my FIFA 21 career mode? Absolutely. He will carry you on to much glory. Threatened to put Umtiti in a triangle choke and he'd be out by next week. I don't know about that. I think I could take him if he's not trained. But I don't think it would force him to leave the club. So, I don't know, folks. I think we're going with what we got. I don't know if there's going to be any more changes at Barcelona. Pjanic is looking like he's staying. Umtiti's looking like he's staying. Mariba is looking like he's going to sit on the bench for a year and then go for free. But there is good news. Like I said, Ansu Fati's coming back. Coutinho's coming back. Ter Stegen's going to be back. Mingueza's going to be back. All those guys are going to be coming back in the next 2-3 weeks. So they might not be back for Getafe, but we are going to have, I think Ter Stegen and Mingueza should be back. And Coutinho. Those three should be back. So we shall see. Coffee at Dawn says, don't know why, but if Pjanic is willing to reduce his salary, he'll be very useful for us because he is really good. No, Coffee. No, not true. Is he incredibly talented? Sure. Was any of that on display in any of the times that he stepped on the pitch wearing the Blaugranes? No. I don't know what happened between Juventus and Barcelona for Pjanic to take a nosedive in terms of talent and output. But he's had opportunities. He's had plenty of opportunities from the bench. I don't think he's started very often, maybe a handful of times, but he's had plenty of opportunities off the bench. to do something, to do anything, and it's garbage. It's poop. It's nonsense. I don't want him at the club. Coutinho is coming as he received the green light. Green light from who? Are we talking about from the medical team? Because he's been training with the team. Ansu Fati also training with the team, but not at full capacity. He's doing like split training, some by himself and some with the team. So he's not going to be back this week, but I do expect Coutinho and Ter Stegen to come back. Did I see that Coleman says Puig, Pjanic collaboration and Manan are not in his plans? Who is Manan? Is that a typo, or am I just not familiar with somebody? What are the chances Chelsea retain the Champions League given how strong and deep their squad is? They supposedly added Saul as well. They're looking at Saul and Koundé, the French center back from Sevilla. So Chelsea are looking great. Keep in mind, Thomas Tuchel still only took over that club, in the second half of last season. I think they have one loss under Thomas Tuchel, maybe. So chances for Chelsea to repeat, very high. Chances for Chelsea to get a English Premier League title, very high. Hassan, good morning. Says, imagine if we sell Umtiti, Roberto, Pjanic, Langley, Dembele, and Coleman. How are we going to sell Coleman? You don't get anything for selling a coach. And we buy Haaland, De Ligt, Conte, and Klopp. Ain't going to happen. Dreaming big dreams, but it ain't going to happen. I think the next coach will be Xavi. I think Coleman stays at Barcelona for this year and probably next year because, again, nobody's going to want to come in and take on Project Barcelona right now. We have to get our finances in order before anybody is going to want to come and put their name on this. So I think Coleman, because he's already tied to us, stays at the club for one more year. After this one, that gives us enough time to get the books in order, to clear out some salary caps, to maybe balance things enough so that in 2 years' time, Xavi comes in as coach. He brings in some big name signing, whoever that might be in 2 years. We might not even know who that is. Might be some breakout superstar from the next World Cup or something like that. We'll see what happens. But Coleman's not going anywhere, and we're not going to be making any big name signings for the next 2 years. It's just not going to happen. Let's see what else. Pjanic at Juventus was pretty good, I guess. Sure. If you want to keep living in the past and, hoping for some sort of miracle that we'll see that form of Pjanic. But I'm not going to waste my breath on it. Will you tune in for Liverpool versus Chelsea game? Lukaku versus Van Dijk. Is that this weekend? EPL fixtures. Let's see. This weekend we've got Man City Arsenal on Saturday. That I'm assuming is Man City gonna be humping Arsenal. Chelsea Liverpool Saturday 12:30. Maybe. I won't guarantee it. I am turning this channel more towards primarily being Barcelona. I know early on we were talking about this is going to be a catch-all. We're going to do Barcelona, but we'll also do English Premier League, and we'll do international tournaments and all this and all that. Turns out with my busy schedule, I can really only cover Barcelona. So I'll pop in occasionally for English Premier League. I'll pop in occasionally for international tournaments. But for the most part, this is really going to be focused on Barcelona. So I'll say maybe for Liverpool, Chelsea. Because here's the thing. I don't want to go through all the setup and the this and the that. And sometimes it's just not worth it. I'll say that. So we'll see. We will see for Chelsea versus Liverpool. Any other big matches? That's match day 4. Nah. Tottenham and Watford, no. Not a lot of good matches, but Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, those will be fun matches. Those will be good ones. What else we got going on? Vipula says Fiorentina says all big clubs are suffering economically, but then proceed to bid out $200 million for a player who's free in 4 months. Sure. It happens. Oh, Florentino. You're talking about Madrid's president. Yeah, apparently they put in that bid just to show how serious they are about getting Mbappe. It might not happen this year. PSG might say, you know what? It's worth us eating that transfer fee to have Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar on the same club for 1 year. So, Obi, this is an interesting point, actually. Obi says, If Mbappe joins Real Madrid, then Haaland will surely join Barca because Haaland is an exact copy of Ronaldo. He will surely challenge himself against Mbappe. It's an interesting theory, and I had the same thought. Not necessarily Haaland, but with Mbappe going to Madrid, you have to understand the meta of the history with Real Madrid and Barcelona. You have players growing up across the world that it is their one and only goal to get to one of those clubs. The only other club that comes to mind that has that sort of clout would be a Man United. Those three teams, people grow up across the globe with the one goal of playing for their childhood club of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man United. Those are the top three in the world. Because of that, as Ovi just said, we are in a downturn where we are fully moved on now. The Ronaldo-Messi era is well behind us. So everyone who grew up in that era, who is now a superstar, is going to be wanting to reignite that rivalry, reignite that excitement. So yes, Real Madrid could get their Mbappe. If we can get our stuff in order by next year and get Haaland without having to pay a transfer fee, and we only have to worry about his salary, maybe we get rid of Aguero, Griezmann, somebody else, don't care, anybody that we need to create salary cap space. It is a possibility. If you look at next year, Haaland, Pogba, who else? There's some other big names. I know I'm missing some that all have a contract ending next year. Those are the two big ones. I think Pogba also goes to Madrid. So again, that begs the question, who's going to balance things out and come to Barcelona? There are enough Barcelona supporters out there that grew up loving the club that somebody's going to go, I can't let this happen. I'm a big superstar. I'm going to go balance things out at Barcelona. So Ovi, I appreciate the thought. I had a very similar thought, and I don't think you're wrong about that one. Is Barca still considering Bernardo Silva? Apparently, yes, but AC Milan is also looking at Silva, and again, we can't bring anybody in at all. Salary cuts, moving players on. That's what we're focused on right now. Cooper, how we doing? How can Real Madrid afford Mbappe? Real easy. They didn't overspend on Griezmann, Dembele, Coutinho, and they didn't overpay all of their veterans for their salaries over the last 7 years. That's how they can afford Mbappe, and we can't. Insane what we've done with the club over the last few years. Instead of paying all of these veterans to stick around and pay them twice as much as what we would be paying some youngster and to develop it, whatever. I don't need to get into it. Don't need to get into it. Tis what it is. Anyway, Haaland agent will be a problem. Apparently, he wanted like $30 million a month plus his agent fee from Chelsea. That is true. So some reports are saying that Haaland is waiting on his contract to expire, and then he's going to accept a transfer fee from a club for his signature. We'll see what happens. We shall see. Bartomeu destroyed Barcelona. That's why. Didn't destroy. Temporarily wrecked. Definitely put us in a hole, but we are not destroyed. Más que un club visca Barça. Modric has a contract where his salary reduces 10% after every season, and that's how it should be. That's how it should be. For older players, it should be your salary goes down, but here's incentives. So if you keep producing, if you get X number of goals, if you get X number of assists, if you get X number of clean sheets, trophies, etc., you add in those bonuses. That's how you get your salary. You don't do it by going, oh, Sergio Roberto, Jordi Alba, Piqué, Busquets, Messi, Suarez, before that, Rakitic, all those guys. Oh, let's just keep playing them more, keep paying them more and more and more. And then not bring up young players to replace them. So eventually, you have an old team that you are overpaying, and you can't bring in any new talent because you're broke. Great plan. Great plan. Blah. Blah. Mahrez, how we doing, friend? Good morning. All right. Tis what it is. So, not a lot of headlines today, folks. Needles have not really been moved since Monday. So, not a lot going on, not a lot to talk about. It is what it is. Tis what it is. All right. So, what's up next, you're asking? Well, we've got Getafe. That's going to be 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Sunday right here on the Undefeated channel. But before that, we will, of course, be doing Wake Up in Barca on Friday. We'll be doing the pregame show for that one, so we'll go over a lineup. We'll take a look at our opponent. We'll go over predictions, and then we'll set ourselves up for a great weekend. If this is your first time, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. All you got to do to join the Undefeated community is subscribe, turn on those notifications, and then show up and hang out. Be a part of the conversation. That's all you got to do, folks. That is it. So I will see you Friday for the pregame show. We're going to be hosting Getafe, like I said, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern. If you haven't done so already, check out my reaction from last week's game. That is on the channel right now. Other than that, I'll see you Friday for Wake Up in Barca, 7 a.m. Folks, thanks so much for starting your day with me. I hope you go out and have a wonderful day. Hopefully you get some sunshine, give some people some high fives and some hugs. As long as you're vaccinated, you got to keep it safe out there, of course. Anyway, I love you all very much. Thanks for tuning in and taking a ride. I'll see you all next time. Mwah.